a WikiVidi Documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Birdman, rapper. Bryan Christopher Williams, known by his stage name Birdman, is an American rapper, record producer and entrepreneur. He is the co-founder and public face of Cash Money Records, which he founded with his older brother Ronald, Slim Williams, in 1991 and expanded the brand. He is also one half of the hip-hop duo the Big Tymers with producer Mannie Fresh. Along with his releases with Big Tymers and for his solo career, Birdman has released a collaboration album and numerous tracks with rapper Lil Wayne, whom he took under his wing at an early age. Birdman has also made his name by contributing to the making of YMCMB, a combination of the former's Cash Money and Lil Wayne's Young Money Entertainment imprint under the label. Early life. Williams was born on February 15, 1969 at Charity Hospital in New Orleans. His mother, Gladys, became ill and died when he was 5 years old. Birdman then spent a small stint in Canada and then 2 years in foster care before he and his brothers were reclaimed by their father after a long legal battle in the mid-70s. He then lived in the Magnolia Projects in Central City, New Orleans. While living in the Magnolia, he began committing robberies and sold heroin before getting arrested at the age 16. At 18 he was again arrested for drug possession and was sentenced to 3 years in Elaine Hunt Correctional Center. He served 18 months before he was acquitted of all charges. 1997205, Big Tymers. In 1998 to 2002, he joined producer and DJ Mannie Fresh to form the duo Big Tymers. Big Tymers debuted in 1998 with the album How Ya Love That, and went on to release I Got That Work in 2000 and Hood Rich in 2002, respectively. I Got That Work had the singles Get Your Roll On and Stunna. Although the singles failed to debut on the Billboard Hot 100 music chart, I Got That Work was certified platinum by the RIAA for selling over 1 million copies in the United States. Hood Rich had Still Fly, which was nominated for a Grammy, and Oh Yeah, Hood Rich was also certified platinum in the US. Big Money Heavyweight followed in 2003. Big Money Heavyweight was certified gold in the US. In 2005, Mannie Fresh left the group and resigned from Cash Money. After his group Big Tymers broke up, he changed his name from Baby to Birdman. 2005-09, Like Father Like Son, 5 Stunna, and Priceless. Lil Wayne and Birdman released an album titled Like Father, Like Son. It was certified gold and spawned 2 singles, which were Stunting Like My Daddy and Leather So Soft. He was also featured on the remixes of high-selling rap singles such as We Fly High by Jim Jones and Make It Rain by Fat Joe. In 2007, Birdman released his 4th studio album, 5 Stunna. The first single, Pop Bottles, featuring Lil Wayne, was a hit, as was the second single, 100 Million, featuring Young Jeezy, Rick Ross, and Lil Wayne. The third single, featuring Lil Wayne, titled I Run This, was a hit as well. Birdman refers to Lil Wayne as his son, not biologically, but emotionally. He had known Wayne since he was a child. He was definitely a father figure to Wayne. He expressed his feelings for Wayne in an interview in Tim Westwood's radio show, where he also addressed the innocent photo of them kissing mouth to mouth like a father and son. Birdman's first single from his album Priceless was Always Strapped, featuring Lil Wayne, and the second was Written on Her, featuring British singer Jay Sean. Southside, featuring Lil Wayne, was the third single. Money to Blow, featuring Drake and Lil Wayne, was the 4th single. For My Town, featuring Drake and Lil Wayne, was the 5th single. Written on Her also became Birdman's first UK release in December 2009. 2010 present, Bigga Than Life and future collaboration plans. In 2010 he was going to release an album titled Priceless 2, a sequel to his previous album, but changed it to Bigga Than Life. The first promotional single was titled Loyalty and featured Lil Wayne and Tyga. Other collaborations will come from Rick Ross, Young Jeezy, Bun B and Drake. The album was scheduled to be released in early 2011. He released a music video for a possible future single, My Jewel. which featured Bun B and Young Jeezy. On November 22, 2010, he released the first official single, Fire Flame, which featured Lil Wayne. Birdman released another single called I Get Money, featuring T-Pain, Young Money artist Mac Main and Lil Wayne. On September 13, 2011, Birdman released Why You Mad, featuring Nicki Minaj and Lil Wayne. He collaborated with Mac Main as a duo named White Boys to release a mixtape titled Billionaire Minds on November 2, 2011. On May 22, 2012, he released Born Stunna, featuring Rick Ross. The remix, featuring Lil Wayne and Nicki Minaj, was released July 10, 2012. The most recent single, Shout Out, featuring Gudda Gudda and French Montana, was released October 16, 2012. During 2008 it was announced Birdman was set to release a mixtape with his longtime friend Rick Ross titled The H. On May 16, 2013 Birdman and Rick Ross announced that The H would be released as a mixtape hosted by DJ Khaled on May 23, 2013. The project was recorded during a couple days in 2008. A new compilation album, entitled Rich Gang, Flashy Lifestyle, hosted by Birdman, was previously set to be released June 25, 2013. The album would feature appearances from the many members of Cash Money Records and Young Money Entertainment among others such as Meek Mill, French Montana, and Future. A mixtape titled Rich Gang, All Stars was released prior to the release of that album. This mixtape included singles from artists of Rich Gang, such as Started From the Bottom by Drake, Bugatti by Ace Hood featuring Rick Ross and Future, Karate Chop by Future, Love Me by Lil Wayne featuring Drake and Future, Freaks by French Montana featuring Nicki Minaj, Rich as Fuck by Lil Wayne featuring 2 Chainz, and Champions by Kevin Rudolph featuring Fred Durst of Limp Bizkit, Birdman, and Lil Wayne. In 2014, Birdman began promoting Atlanta-based rappers Young Thug and Rich Homie Quan. The two had already collaborated extensively with each other. Birdman released a single titled Lifestyle, featuring Young Thug and Rich Homie Quan from a Rich Gang album. He also released a second Rich Gang mixtape titled Rich Gang, Thought Tour PT, one featuring new music from Young Thug and Rich Homie Quan. The mixtape featured no music from Young Money or Cash Money artists except Birdman himself, and instead had guest features from artists such as Pee Wee Longway, Nipsey Hussle, Jacquees, and Young Ralph. Birdman, Young Thug, and Rich Homie Quan had a joint tour planned. Forbes magazine estimated his personal fortune at US $125 million in 2012. In 2013 he was listed by Forbes.com as the 5th highest earning star in hip-hop, taking in $21 million in the year. To September 2013, Birdman and Lil Wayne had supposedly reconciled from their beef in 2016 after being seen at Drake's night party at Miami's Club Live and in studio. However, a contract dispute still exists between them, with the latter trying to get out of the contract. In 2016, Birdman called off the negotiations to settle their lawsuit. Birdman announced the release date of his mixtape with his protege Jacquees on April 26, 2016. This went on to be released on May 27, 2016, and he had other projects released in 2016. Legal issues? In November 2007, Birdman was arrested in Kingsport, Tennessee and charged with possession of nearly a pound of marijuana. In October 2009, Birdman, Lil Wayne, Cash Money Records and various music distribution outlets were sued for copyright infringement by Thomas Marisciello, who claims his voice was used without permission. Both rappers asked him to record some Italian-styled spoken word recordings. In 2006, the lyrics were allegedly used on Respect and other tracks from the rappers' collaboration album Like Father, Like Son and Birdman's 5 Stunna. Oil business. In early 2010, Birdman formed an oil and gas exploration company, Ronald Oil and Gas, LLC. The company was a joint venture founded by Birdman and his brother Slim, and the name was a combination of the brothers' first names, Bryan and Ronald. Evidence of the company's actual business operations was scant, limited mostly to a website and the appearance of a pump jack tattoo on the side of Birdman's head. The website indicated that the company's strategy would be to first develop existing land holdings and seek out new oil and gas leases. In February 2010, Birdman told Ozone magazine that he had been in the oil business for 4 or 5 years, and was making very good money off that. However, by March 2010, Birdman had almost completely covered the pump jack tattoo, which sparked speculation that the Ronald oil project had stalled. An investigative report from Bloomberg revealed that official regulators in charge of oil and gas permits had never heard of Ronald. Clothing line. On April 22, 2016, Birdman disparaged the hosts of hip-hop radio show The Breakfast Club during a live interview, telling them to stop playing with my fucking name, and to put some respect on my name. He later issued an apology for his outburst after being awarded the Donkey of the Day appellation from one of the hosts, Charlemagne the God. The video went viral, and on April 27, 2016, Birdman launched a merchandise line, Respect, featuring catchphrases from the interview. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?